Rated M for mature.
Hey and welcome everyone.
Hello.
You're watching another episode of Let's Play Together Fallen Earth. And last episode we started building crude gamma maximizers, which in between now finished. And we're gonna complete those. And you will see that completes the quest. Back to the basics. That's a quest for the Deviant in Boneclaw, because she wants us to find one and we just build in one. So good to go to turn in 3 quests. Yeah. Still have the Blade Dancer Scrapyard Fortress inside, but heading down to Boneclaw now. And you see the broken down monorail that goes through the whole landscape here. Okay. And there's the Blade Dancer coordinators again. Don't see anyone in trouble with them.
This time. One of them just flew across my screen.
Sexy. Okay. It says, oh, tires. Okay, I was like, oh, there's some loot. I can see it. Okay. In Boneclaw now. Coming closer to our quest givers. And here's still some dead bodies from the last Blade Dancer attack, the major one they had here on this town.
Yeah.
And it's in the tutorial you get to know the Chota, and you think they're like kind of anarchists and they're all like, well, I don't know, the bad guys. Makes you feel like they're the bad guys because they are fighting the Ant forces on the Hoover Dam.
Yeah.
And you think like, oh, well, Ant forces, I got to know one of them, and he seems to be more like United States Marine Corps-ish. Which usually would suggest he's the good guy. But, well, the Chota now give me the impression they're not all as bad as described.
Yeah.
So, well, let's see how that goes on with the factions.
Yeah.
And until then, we ask, not Curator Blade, we said the Deviant.
Okay.
With the Gamma Maximizer, so we go to him next. And let's see what he has to say with his funny painted face, which we can finally see because it's not night at the moment. This is a very untraditional episode now.
Yeah.
Okay, and he says, back to the basics. You found it, but you're too late, man. I bought one off a traveler not but a minute ago. Tell you what, you keep this one. You can get some good use out of it, for sure. Well, I'm thinking, oh, what the heck, we could have just saved that, because, yeah, we can build them anytime, and this is just a quest where the game makes sure you have built something that you can use maybe in a next mission or someone in the future. And there we go, earn 3 APs for that.
So,
Back to the basics, no quests. And I suggest we do the Curator Blade, because he's just so close. And he says, after accepting the items we give him, it's reassuring to find one who understands us, who sees this beauty of unclean. Should you ever need guidance in your own journey, you're always welcome to come to me.
Oh, that's nice.
That's nice of him, yeah. I mean, come on, he has my haircut. Just can be a nice person. Yeah, with this haircut, you're bound to be a nice person.
Okay.
I just decided. Anyway, let's continue, and there's a shaman, actually.
Yes.
And it's Mortar.
Shaman in training.
Yes, with the funny mask. And he has, no, he has different hair. Okay. Let's have a look at him in first person at daytime. And there he's... Oh, nice, he's turning to you, but he's actually completing a quest for me. Okay, and we get the book Trauma 1, which we spoke of in the last episode. And, yeah, we got that. But if you don't have it, it's a very nice book to get to. at least push your medicine a little bit to a
Yeah.
higher level. And he says, now that you've taken a look through my cookbook, let's try a basic recipe. Here's a good one. For nastier wounds, you're gonna want to take some meds to help your healing along. Just be careful you don't get hooked, huh? Okay, so we get another book of him, which is Pathology 1, which we already own as well.
And he wants crude healing drugs.
And he wants some new healing drugs for new quest. And
Thing is, I have some with me, but it's not.
not enough.
Oh, you only need one, but it's
You
not
only need
recognized.
Oh, I think that can be, if you do a little trick here in your inventory, if stuff doesn't really recognize somewhere, I'll try something. I'm gonna split that now, one off, and re-put it here.
But
And,
that's a crude painkiller.
Oh.
No,
Well, that's
it's
a bummer.
underusable.
It's unusable. So, I see. I don't really have one of
Okay,
them.
let me try it then. Split. Now, let me try giving it to you. It's just to test. It probably won't work, but
Yeah.
let's see if it
Maybe
works.
it's really programmed the way that you have to actually build one and not only
Yeah, maybe.
receive one in your inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess that's a correct estimation because I just got one from Qareena and it did not really work, so I'm trading that back to her.
Okay, thank you. It's kind of annoying because I did make those ones, you know?
Yeah, you push your medicine level and now you can use them for that reason.
Grr.
That was too early.
Okay, so what do we need for that?
We need to go to the vault and get that stuff for it.
Yeah.
Which is a good idea, of course. In the last episode we completed so much action missions and looted that corpses.
Yeah.
That it might be a good idea to empty again at the vault.
Yeah. Luckily, we should have all the components on us. Because
Should
we
we?
had to collect them.
Why did we not start building them then yet?
Because it wasn't part of the quest yet.
Uh-huh. So let me see. It comes up under Trauma 1. And it's actually the first item you start with, and it requests weak antiseptic and some tainted water. And I have that in my inventory. Plenty of supplies. You can also use this canteen of water, because it counts as tainted water as trade skill.
Yeah.
Or just drink it. So yeah, let's start building them, because it just take a minute. And we can even speed it up at the sector walls in Bone Clock, because as we mentioned the first time being here, it's actually the armory at the same time. So a facility where your speeding raises, your building speed raises. Yeah, so let's put some of those back.
I'm kind of like wary about putting away all these the things like the chemicals and the water.
Because we probably need more for the quest line for the Shaman mortar.
Yeah. Ah!
Yep.
Ah! Next to you, there's a creeper.
It's next. Yeah, it's between those vaults.
Yeah.
I identified it already as a pet, and so I'm good with that.
It's just the noise it's making.
Yes.
Yeesh. Oh, it's done already.
I don't find it as annoying as a wolf, though, I have to say.
No, true.
If you're here to buy, I'm here to help.
It's done.
Yay! So let's see what I can get rid of here. The gloves we already had there. The leather strap we already built ourselves. That's it.
We should do this again sometime.
Gave me 2 blue chips in total. And that's how I get my chips out of this game, by selling overloot.
just... Oh.
There's someone teasing us with already built bike.
Yeah.
Okay, let's head on. Let's get back to the shaman because the healing drugs are indeed done.
Yep. Ah!
Now we can be a bit more aggressively. Going up on this side actually stops us by the natural scenic.
Yeah.
Because it's just too steep. Oh. Okay. Here's your healing drug. You damn addict. And now we get the pathology one.
Yeah.
Okay, he has a new quest where he says sometimes you might want support when you're heading into specific areas. For instance, if you're set on exploring our special Hydra fields, you might decide you'd like a little poison resistance to help you out. I learned this the hard way, but I'm generously giving you this advice for free. Why? Because maybe if someone had given Shaman Bartwire a helpful suggestion, I wouldn't be the one tasked with healing an entire town on my own. And he's right about that. That would have been useful though before we had to get the fuel out of this Hydroid's field. But hey, as you see, crafting, get your armor craft level up. Have that at the highest point where you have it, where you can have it, and you will feel much stronger in those missions, and you don't have to use that much extra healing drugs or
Poison
drinks,
resist
food,
or...
whatever. Yeah. So let's go into the mission. And he wants us to get some compounds to create the crude poison resistance and build that for him. And that set should come under pathology.
Yeah.
And the crude poison resistance consists out of weak antitoxin, weak biological chemicals, and tainted water.
Yeah.
And I don't have enough of any of those.
So we have to go back again.
Yeah, but we could, before that, have a look at the Bone Claw town event.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So lead the way.
I will try to.
Okay.
Oh, I think it's up here. Although I don't see any NPCs here for a town event. Oh dear.
She lost it.
No, I don't think that the waypoint I've got is correct.
Okay, we'll look. I guess this is a bummer now.
Yeah.
But we'll look it up for the next episode, so don't worry. We'll find this Bone Claw event, town event, if it still exists.
Yes.
Just for being a bit pissed about that, I'm gonna kill this fourth creeper. Ooh, and he actually survives that shot. Oops, missed. There we go.
Yee. And I've only got the one gun out. Ah, there we go.
Okay. So let's head back to the vault and get our supplies instead of that.
Yeah. That's annoying.
Yes, it is. But as I said, we're gonna find that for the next episode and show the town event then. So this is a little bit traveling now back between the sector vault and the shaman mortar, unless you want to take all your trade skill goods with you. Or maybe the next time we should actually make use out of the horses.
Yeah. We should make new horses soon.
Yes, I was just thinking that, because before we're finished in Bone Claw, we should actually build them. Not only to have that extra space to store stuff, but also for the higher stamina amount.
Yeah.
And we wanted to build the crude poison resistance, and we need 2 weak antitoxin for that. Let's play that off my vault amount.
Yo.
And there is the weak biological chemical. Always getting confused about those names. But this I could still put away. We do need some tainted water as well, which I already got. So create that. I think I'm just gonna sell that last water here as well.
I am in the business of meeting needs.
Okay, there's the Pathology 1 instructions I want to get rid of as well.
Yeah.
So correct. Creeper tail of the one I just killed.
Ugh.
Ooh, what gives you money, huh?
What a steal! Deal.
Or at least chips. Okay, let's head on. Well, actually that takes 4 minutes. Maybe we should make a little bit usage out of the Gesundheit,
Danke.
the Armorcraft building.
Excuse me.
I think she's still fighting the cold.
Yeah. It's really, really annoying.
We should send her back to bed.
With some chicken soup.
Yes. And some honey flavored tea. Okay. Well, let's get on our horses.
Horsies.
Horsey. That's not mine, it's yours. Okay. And then we can go back to Shaman Mortar.
Whee.
Whee!
Run, horsey, run.
I wonder though if this place works as a facility as well, but I don't think it is.
Shame.
Shame. Something happens though. I hear a noise.
It could be your horse disappearing.
Hmm.
From your, thing.
Okay.
You know, when you get close to your horse, the health bar, the stats of the horse.
All right. Let's check that. There it is. There it's gone. I see. I should fiddle with those noises in the settings. Here we have some pea soup.
Ugh.
Well, I suggest until we have finished crafting these crude poison resistance, why don't we head out and kill some stuff?
Yay. Okay.
Because you remember there's also this little ant hills, which gives you these weak antiseptics,
Yes.
which you don't really find in bulk supplies, at least at the starter towns. So I think one was here, yeah.
Okay.
Almost blended in with the mapping, with the floor, with the
Yeah.
ground. Okay, the surrounding.
Ugh. Whee. We'll both have the same idea to go past this one. Okay. Come on, antiseptic.
There we go. 3 weak biological chemicals. That's
Free
also not bad.
antiseptic.
Ooh, congratulations. But as said, these components are also not bad. to have in bulk supplies, because on the early levels you can push your science and your medicine skill quite a lot due to these components.
Yeah.
There we have Sun Queen on her horse. And there's a lonely bike that suggests that someone went into the cave of the beasts.
Yep.
Maybe we'll see what's up in there. Maybe we can do some help. And there's an apprentice, Frosty Mac, Special Operations Command. I feel safe now. And well, if he's down here for the call, he can have that. At the moment, I'm not really needing too much of that.
No.
So
Ants.
there is some like ant drones.
I'm gonna kill an ant. Oh, or miss the ant completely. While it attacks me with acid.
Ah. Oh. Okay.
Weak biological chemical.
I have too much fun using my crossbow though. Because of the current level, you could say I'm quite overpowered with that.
I'm gonna steal this ant hill, but first I'm gonna keep an eye on these ants that are coming closer to you. Or were.
I think they're more likely to be a threat to you.
Oh well.
Okay, and the poison resistance has just been finished.
Awesome.
So we could actually head out again and bring that to Shaman Mortar.
Awesome.
Oh yeah, this one picked up on me though. And another one. And you think you helped me with that? You can have it.
Oh. Ah.
Oh, the next one picked up on me. Shouldn't. Need to suck it up first, because I'm getting acid damage here.
These ants never learn, do they?
I mean, come on, they're just acting by instinct.
Or by programming.
Or by programming. So you could sell the programming actually works quite realistic on those. By coincidence.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I could sprint. Where
Oh,
did
that's
that ant come from?
yeah, it's not
Oh,
an
oh,
ant.
that's not, it's a
Yeah,
cat.
that's his pet. Yeah, for the first, you could see me actually dodging this pet first. I'm more likely to see like a cute dog as a pet instead of like all this insects and insect
Yeah.
eaters and. Well,
Yeah.
I don't like anything that has 6 legs or more than that.
Anything more than 4 legs. It's kind of ugh. To me, anyway.
Enough raise him to insects now. Let's go for Shaman Mortar. It doesn't taste good, he says, but it'll do the trick. Buy you a little time anyway. Go ahead and give it a try. I'll be here. Okay, he says, well kid, you've just about learned everything I've got to teach you. Granted, that's not much, but what do you expect? I'm still an apprentice. You know, okay, the last thing me and Pestle have to teach you is this. What to do when you get bleeded out. Sometimes bandages are good enough, but for those nasty cuts you've gonna need a coagulator. So how do we create those? Let's have a look.
Is that under trauma?
I guess
under
so.
trauma.
Yes. And we do need some weak botanic chemical here, which I don't have with me. Some tainted water, which I just sold the last piece of, and weak biological chemical, which we though got from the anthills.
Yeah.
So I guess it's riding back with the horses to the vaults. And some of your horses always in the way.
Sorry. At least you can walk through them
Let's see
when
if
they're
we
not
get...
yours.
Yeah, let's see if you get up here with the horse. Because I think walking on foot is quite tough there. If not even impossible. Ooh!
Don't feed your horse the pea soup.
Well, if it likes it.
Who says it likes it?
I don't know, almost jumping into it. Okay, getting some weak botanical chemicals out, and I see I need actually 6 of those. And that really goes already into your resources quite a lot.
Yeah.
We need 2 of these botanical, biological, Jesus, biological, botanical, antitoxin. Ugh.
Yep.
It's confusing. Stop. Okay, I do need 2 tainted water as well. It's a very nice though that they just color the stuff, and yeah, I would rather say like, okay, we need 3 of them greens and 1 red and 1 yellow or something. Okay. Oh, they do need actually 3 for this. So let's start creating this.
Whoa, 10 minutes.
10 minutes, and how many do we actually get out of this?
10, I think. Seems to be the
Yes,
usual number.
it is 10. So I'm gonna sell.
If you're here to buy, I'm here to help.
My little resources there I don't need anymore, which would be scrap copper and dilute acid. And there's some ant torxes from the ends of the Cave of the Beasts. Just also some little extra money. And I think we're gonna have a short break here till we finished with building the crude congulant.
Yeah.
Hey, and welcome back. We're
Hello.
still in the armory, having a little party over here, as you can see. And I'm just finished the crude congulant. And we are ready to turn that in. So let's get up to our horses.
Ah. There we go.
Okay. That's right back to Shaman Mortar. Down by the pea soup. There he is.
Okay.
Still amused by his mask.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what he has to say. And he says, "You're a pretty good understudy. No, really, I feel better about this whole staple of the community bit now. If anything ever happens to me, it's on you to take up the post."
So no pressure then.
Yeah, I don't really want to be like the medicine man for a Joda Boneclaw town here. But good to know that we supposedly have the abilities now by
Yeah.
building a bit of pharmacy here. And well, I think we have a task now, which is off cam to find the Boneclaw town again.
Yes.
And so we can show that in the next episode. Until then though, we have to say goodbye and see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Good night and good fight.